Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something absolutely wild. We're unpacking an automated system that has literally turned digital content creation on its head. I mean, we're talking about emerging AI tools that can completely replace an entire traditional production team. The scriptwriters? Gone. Voiceover artists, editors? All replaced by AI. The whole landscape of faceless YouTube channels is going through a massive shift, and we're going to break down exactly how this automation revolution actually works.
$17,000. Let that sink in for a second. That is the staggering estimated first-month revenue of a brand new, completely faceless YouTube channel called Backyard Birdman. And yes, I said first month. This isn't the result of years of grinding or building up this huge backlog of content. No, this was achieved almost right out of the gate. So how on earth is that even possible?
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the exact blueprint we're going to unpack today to show you how this incredible feat was achieved using AI. First, the 17K bird channel. Second, the old way versus the new way. Third, rules for niche domination. Fourth, building the AI studio. And finally, number 5, the master prompt strategy.
Section 1, the 17K bird channel proof of concept. Let's start by really analyzing our main case study here, that Backyard Birdman channel. Understanding how this specific channel operates is absolutely key to grasping the sheer financial potential of this whole model.
What's truly wild here is the timeline. According to YouTube, this channel popped up literally a month ago. But when we check out software metrics on vidIQ, it pulled in 3.5 million views in just the past 30 days. Some of its very first uploads hit 1.6 million, 500,000, and 300,000 views. When you factor in an estimated $5 RPM, revenue per 1,000 views, that translates to roughly 17 grand in a single month. It's an incredibly underserved niche. The algorithm just hasn't flooded viewers with bird channels yet, making it the perfect low-competition market for a creator to just swoop in and dominate simply by posting a higher volume of stuff.
All right, moving to Section 2, old way versus new way, the paradigm shift. This is where we need a quick reality check about the business side of things, because making this kind of money used to cost an absolute fortune in overhead. And honestly, it caused most beginners to throw in the towel before they ever saw a single dime. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive shift we're experiencing right now. Just look back at the old way, say around 2020. Running a successful faceless channel meant shelling out to a human team every single month. You're paying a designer maybe $200, a scriptwriter $300, a video editor $250, and a voiceover artist another $350. That is a minimum of $1,000 a month just to keep the lights on. People would bleed cash, treat it like a slot machine instead of a real business, and just quit. Now, look at the new way today. That massive monthly overhead, it's completely gone, replaced by an inexpensive automated AI stack using tools like Claude Code, Higsfield, ElevenLabs, and Banana.
Section 3, rules for niche domination. Finding the right market. Because listen, the most advanced AI tech in the universe isn't going to save you if you pick the wrong market. Jumping into a super saturated niche where viewers are already fiercely loyal to big creators, that's just a recipe for disaster.
So how do we avoid that? By following 3 golden rules for niche domination. Rule 1, find a channel that started recently. Rule 2, make sure they're already pulling in millions of views. And Rule 3, which is absolutely the most crucial one, verify that they have more views than total subscribers. Why does that matter so much? Because it definitively proves their traffic isn't just coming from a dedicated fan base. It means the algorithm is actively pushing this content out to new searchers. It's basically a neon sign pointing to an underserved market that is begging for more content.
On to Section 4, building the AI studio, connecting the engine. Let's move to and see how this builds. To actually conquer a niche like that, you need the right setup. So, we're going to look at the exact software installation you need to turn your everyday laptop into a full-scale, autonomous production studio.
Okay, here are the exact components of this engine. It all starts with downloading Claude Desktop, which basically acts as the central brain and automation hub. But, Claude can't do it all by itself. You have to strategically hook up these other tools so Claude can control them. You connect Higsfield via an MCP, that's Model Context Protocol, to handle the visuals and scene planning. Then, you grab an API key from ElevenLabs and plug it straight into Claude for those ultra-realistic voiceovers. Throw in FFmpeg for your video editing, and Banana to whip up the thumbnails. Once these are all synced up, Claude can autonomously drive the whole creation process without constantly pausing to ask you for permission. Now, to actually get those editing capabilities running, you have to activate the editor inside Claude Code, and it's shockingly simple. By just pasting a specific terminal command like brew install FMPG for Mac or wingit install FMPG if you're on Windows, you suddenly give Claude the ability to not just write text, but to physically cut video. I mean, it can trim clips, drop in transitions, and even layer dynamic sound design that perfectly times up with the scenes. It completely transforms Claude from a standard chatbot into a full-blown editor.
Section 5, the master prompt strategy, taking the wheel. Because let's be real, having the studio built is only half the battle here. If you don't give the AI the right instructions, it's just going to spit out robotic, cheesy, bland garbage that gets your stuff stuck forever in what creators call 200-view jail. This quote perfectly nails the reality of AI automation. It goes, Claude Code is like a Formula One car. If the driver is not good, he's not going to win the race. He's probably going to crash. I absolutely love this analogy because in this scenario, you are the driver. The car is incredibly fast, but your prompt engineering is the absolute make or break factor for the final output. It needs your direction to win.
So what does this master prompt actually look like? Well, it requires breaking down your instructions into some highly specific pieces. First up, the video brief. You don't just say, hey, make something about birds. No, you twist a proven viral title. If a concept like what happens to your birds at night got 1.6 million views, you tell Claude to change night to sunrise. Boom. Next, you drop in a reference video URL so Claude can emulate the exact script writing style of that proven concept. Third, input the specific voice ID code from ElevenLabs to get the exact tone you want. Finally, you set strict rules for Nano Banana to pump out 3 thumbnail variations at exactly 1280 by 720 pixels. By changing just one word in a proven concept and giving it these strict parameters, you force the AI to create a highly targeted, top-tier output.
When you piece all of this together, the final result is honestly mind-blowing. The AI autonomously generates these stunning, highly clickable 4K thumbnails. But the script itself, that's where the real magic happens. The AI writes this super captivating narrative explaining how a bird's morning song isn't actually about joy, it's a brutal territory war. And even crazier, Claude autonomously layers in this intense background music that perfectly fits the vibe of a dawn chorus, making it sound like an orchestra tuning up. It even calculates that cold morning air carries sound 20 times farther and times the audio beats perfectly to the text. The whole shebang, all generated from just one master prompt. Which brings us to the final thought I really want to leave you with today. We are looking at a system that literally replaces thousands of dollars in monthly overhead with just a few clever software connections and a master prompt. But fast forward 12 months, and niches like this are undoubtedly going to be flooded as more people catch on to this tech. So the big question is, will you take advantage of this AI window of opportunity before it closes? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.